It's already been tested.
Good.
And the whole work is going to go very smoothly.
Fine.
Okay?
Fine. Yes.
Once I have the right.
Yes.
Whoops. I didn't think there was anybody in here.
Hello, Robert. What can I do for you?
I don't think we've met.
No, I'm sorry. Robert Scorpio, Professor Estevez.
Pleasure is mine, Professor.
Muchísimas gracias, señor.
Right.
Something you need, Robert?
Hmm? Oh, yeah. Your bottle of that special reserve tequila of yours. Holly and I kind of just run out.
Okay, I'll have one sent up to your room.
Thank you. Is this your camera?
No. As a matter of fact, it's the professor's. We were just going to take some color photographs of a few artifacts he uses as slides in his lectures.
Well, that sounds interesting. Mind if I watch?
No, of course not. Professor, why don't you finish setting up, huh?
Oh, yes.
I'm sure you and Holly are going to find this tequila extraordinary, Robert. It's my private stock.
What stop are you using?
Pardon?
You know, with the right stop, you're going to get really great close-ups with a camera like this.
Yes, of course.
But I'm sorry, look, I don't want to get in your way. Yeah, just go ahead.
That's okay. Yes, come in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were alone.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was just leaving. My wife here needs a little drop of medicine. Good night.
You wanted to see me, Mariah?
Well, not if I'm intruding.
Oh, of course you're not intruding. Oh, how rude of me. Mrs. Ramirez, Professor Estevez. Professor and I were just going to take some photographs, but they can wait.
Oh?
You're not in any hurry, are you, Professor?
Oh, not at all. If you will please excuse me.
Now, what can I do for you, Mariah?
I've been thinking about your offer to Felicia.
My offer?
Yes, your generous offer to pay for her tuition at the university. You know I need her. And she is absolutely obsessed with the treasure and her history. Now, why encourage her when you know how dangerous it can be?
You're right. You're right, Mariah. I guess I've been selfish, that's all.
Selfish?
Yes, selfish, but for a very good reason. You see, Mariah, I don't have any children of my own, so I don't have anyone to carry on my interest in Aztec history.
Except Felicia.
Especially Felicia. She's a princess. And the treasure isn't the point. The most important thing is that she gets to know as much as she possibly can about her culture.
Well, I think she already knows more than she can handle.
Well, surely you don't want her learning experience to end. And besides, I know you cannot afford to finance any further education, so why not let me do it, huh?
Or maybe I'm being selfish.
No, you are not being selfish. I think it's just a question of both of us wanting the best for her. Oh, I promised Felicia a surprise, so would you please ask her to come in?
A surprise? What, is it in here?
Yes, it is, and I'm sure she'll be delighted, so just ask her to come in, huh?
Well, if I may say one more thing.
Of course.
I won't stand in the way of her going to the university at Port Charles. But that doesn't mean that I am turning over her total welfare to you.
Of course not.
I'll still be watching her in my own way.
As well you should. Now, will you please ask her to come in?
All right. Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Rick, can I talk to you for a minute?
Come in. I'd like to present Professor Estevez. He's an archaeologist who consulted with me on the earlier glyphs.
You're an archaeologist, Professor?
Oh, yes. I am with the staff of the local university.
How you doing?
And this young man?
Frisco Jones. I'm a friend of Felicia's here, tagged along to see what the big surprise is.
Oh, what happened about the tour of the town?
Oh, well, that's still on. It's our last day. We wanted to catch some of the sights, you know.
Oh, you don't have to wait if you don't want to, Frisco. You can always go on ahead. I'll give you a list of places to see.
Oh, no, thanks. I'll stay here with Felicia. You know, if I leave her alone, she'll start talking about archaeology and on, and I go off by myself.
That's okay.
Well, if you want to go ahead and see the sights, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, I'd rather stay.
Okay. Oh, well, what's the surprise?
Yes.
Professor, you ready?
Everything is ready.
Well, now, my dear, I want your ring.
What?
You want the ring?
Yes, please.
But why? You know what this ring means to me. I've protected it with my life.
Oh, I know that, Felicia, but that's all in the past. Now, if you'll just let me explain what we'd like to do with it, I'm sure you'll be excited.
What?
Professor Estevez merely wants to photograph your ring.
Why?
Because we think a picture of it should be published in a very prestigious archaeological magazine.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Well, no, I think it is a very good idea. Only because it's going to help you in your search. Now, just think about it. There are experts all over the world that are going to see a picture of this ring. And maybe one of them will know what happened to the treasure.
I didn't think of that.
Well,
Should I do this?
yes, it might be interesting to find out why there is no longer any treasure.
I think you're just keeping her more interested in the treasure, Mariah, don't you?
Well, the treasure aside, Mr. Donnelly has your best interest at heart. Go on. You don't have to hesitate about the photograph.
Why not?
Good.
Oh, look out. Oh, you've cut your head.
Oh, it's all right. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Oh,
It's just
dear.
very clumsy of me. It's all right.
Oh.
Are you ready, Professor?
Oh, yes, there. Now I'm polishing. There we are. Now it will shine.
Good.
Excuse me, you understand I don't want the ring out of my sight.
Oh, certainly. Certainly.
I terminado. Everything done.
Good. Now, Felicia, if you will allow me. Let's hope when the picture of this ring appears in the magazine, it gets lots of results.
Thanks.
For better or worse.
Who knows? Oh, Professor, let me help you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take this. Excuse me. There we go. Hold up.
You haven't told me what you said to Mr. Donnelly.
Well, I've told him that I am not going to stand in the way of your going to the university at Port Charles.
He's given your consent?
He made me see that the university is the best place for you to continue your studies. But, Felicia, please, don't let it become an obsession, or else I will really be worried about you.
I'll be all right, I promise.
I'm going to miss you so much.
I'll miss you too.
I was wondering where you'd all gone.
Hi, Robert. The professor was just taking some pictures.
Yes, I know. As a matter of fact, I wanted Holly to watch him. I said what a great camera you had there, Professor.
Yes, es muy bueno. Primera clase.
Also, I wanted him to meet the man. She would have been honored.
Well, Professor's about ready to leave. He's finished his last shot.
Oh?
Pictures of my ring.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, well. I say, what a beautiful cigar case.
Yes, that's the Professor's cigar case.
The craftsmanship is wonderful. I mean, the silver inlay here is magnificent. Would it be right if I opened it?